Thầy Quốc Oai Pagoda is one of the most famous and beautiful pagodas in Hanoi, Vietnam, located in That district, about 30 kilometers northwest of Hanoi city center. The pagoda is considered an attractive spiritual and tourist destination. Thầy Quốc Oai Pagoda is famous for its traditional architecture and unique location. The pagoda was built on Thiền Phúc Cave, a natural cave that creates beautiful scenery. Along with the cave, the pagoda also has a lake and many green gardens, creating a peaceful and pure space. Hello everyone. I'm very happy to meet you again in this video clip about Hanoi's majestic pagoda. TKP Media Theme The Beauty Inside Vietnam is very pleased to accompany you to visit and learn about famous landmarks, wind tourism all over Vietnam. Let's continue watching this video with TKP and discover about Hanoi's majestic monk pagoda, a very unique architectural work. A tourist destination just over 20 kilometers from the center of the capital. The architecture of Thầy Quốc Oai Pagoda is typical of Asian architectural art. Seen from a distance, the pagoda has a large, magnificent roof and beautiful small towers. The special thing is that the pagoda is built on a cliff, located amidst the beautiful natural landscape of mountains and lake. Thầy Quốc Oai Pagoda is also famous for its special festival event, Thay Dong Festival, every year on the 7th day of the first lunar month. Thousands of people gather at the temple to participate in this festival. Master Dong Festival is an opportunity to honor Master Dongla, who came to the pagoda in the 10th century and is considered a saint in the area. Along with Thay Phuong Pagoda and Huong Pagoda, Thay Pagoda is one of the most famous pagodas in Hanoi. If Láng Pagoda is associated with the early stages of Tu Đạo Hạnh life, then Thay Pagoda witnesses the final life until the day of escape of the 12th generation monk of the Tin Aluz En sect, this branch. Initially, the pagoda was just a small hermitage called Huong Hai Am, where Zen Master Từ Đạo Hạnh lived. King Lai Nan Tong rebuilt to clusters of pagodas, Khao Pagoda Din Sun 2. On the mountain and down pagoda, which is Khao Pagoda, the literal name is Thiền Phúc 2. In the early 17th century, Din Kong and the royal family took care of the restoration and construction of the Buddha and holy temples. Next is the back house, stele house, and bell tower. According to Feng Shui theory, the pagoda was built on land shaped like a dragon in front of the pagoda. On the left is Long Do Mountain. The back of the pagoda and the right side are against Sài Sơn Mountain. The pagoda faces south in front of the pagoda. Located between Sài Sơn and Long Do is a large lake named Long Chu or Long Tri-Dragon Pond. The pagoda yard is like a dragon's jaw. The water pavilion is like a pearl held by a dragon. The bridges of Nuyet Tianqiu and Hat Tianqiu are like to dragon whiskers. The main part of the pagoda was built in the pre-Buddhist, post-Saint architectural style. The saint here is Từ Đạo Hạnh, a famous monk during the Lai dynasty. The pagoda consists of 3 parallel buildings, called the lower pagoda, the middle pagoda, and the upper pagoda. Between the hot pagoda and the middle pagoda, there are water blooming pipes connected together, creating the most superior position of the lower pagoda. In particular, the pagoda's architecture has only 36 holes carved into wooden panels stacked on top of each other, extremely firmly. Hot pagoda is the pre-sacrificing house, displaying statues of monsignors and saints. The tube holds the statue of the 8 sets of diamonds. Trung Pagoda displays a Buddha altar. On both sides there are 2 statues of Dharma Protector and Thiền Vuong. Thong Pagoda, or Upper Pagoda, is completely separate. At the highest position, the sign says Dai Hung Bao Din, which is also a holy house, containing the statue of Amitabha Buddha. Shakyamuni Buddha, statue of 3 lives of Zen Master Từ Đạo Hạnh. The Lai Then Tong altar also has a pair of wooden phoenixes. 2 phoenix statues from the 18th century. Around the pagoda there are 2 corridors, behind which there is a bell tower and a drum tower. Legend has it that Tian Phi T Lord Dang Thi Hu asked Lord Tin Du Vuong Trin Sam to build it. When she visited the pagoda, in front of the pagoda is a large yard overlooking Long Chu Lake, forming a dragon's jaw. Previously, 2 rice trees were planted, but now the 2 rice trees have died and have been replaced by banyan trees. From this yard, there are 2 bridges, Nhat Tien Q and Nu Yet Tien Q, connecting to the 2 sides, forming to dragon beards. These 2 bridges were built by Phunket Khon in 1602. The Hat Tien Bridge connects to a small island. On the island there is the Tam Phu Temple. Nu Yat Tien Bridge connects to the road up the mountain. In the middle of Long Chu Pond there is a water pavilion. A pearl in the dragon's mouth. This is also where water puppet shows take place. Tu Dao Hen is said to be the founder of this form of folk performance. At Hot Pagoda there are beautiful statues of monsignors and a large screen depicting hell scenes. The diamond Buddhas stand in strong, lively martial postures. At Trung Pagoda, there are 2 Dharma Protector statues that are said to be the largest in Vietnamese temples, nearly 4 meters high. The statue of the Dharma Protector is made of clay, crushed paper mixed with honey, eggs, etc. So after more than 300 years it is still very good. The most beautiful statues of Thay Pagoda are concentrated at Upper Pagoda. At the highest point is the Amitabha Tam Tun statue carved in the Mac Dynasty. Amitabha Buddha sits in the middle looking kind. The statue of Avalokiteshvara on the right sits with his left leg down, his right leg up, holding a whisk in his hand, looking leisurely. Pho Dai the Kai sat cross-legged, holding the seal with both hands. The 3 statues each have a different look, creating a particularly beautiful set of statues. Down there, in the middle, is a statue of Zen Master Tu Dao Han during his Buddha life. The statue was carved in the 19th century with an austere face, clearly visible blood vessels, sitting cross-legged on a lotus pedestal left over from the Lai dynasty. The lotus pedestal is placed on a curled lion, and below the lion is an octagonal pedestal. Currently, the statue is wearing a lotus hat and a yellow robe. All 3 Amitabha statues and the statue of Tu Dao Han are placed on a 2-story stone pedestal, made during the Tran dynasty. The stone pedestal is carved with lotus petals. The 4 sides are carved with images of dragons and flowers, and the 4 corners have images of the god bird Garuda. On the right is a statue of the Zen master and his king's life. Legend has it that Tu Dao Han, after transforming, was reincarnated as the son of Sung Hin Marquis and became King Lai Then Tong. Statue of Lai Then Tong wearing a royal hat, wearing a dragon robe, sitting on a throne. On the left there is a statue of Tu Dao Han in his holy life, sitting in an elaborately carved wooden box. This statue has a bamboo core and can move. Legend has it that in the past, every time the door was opened, the statue automatically stood up to greet him. After a Nguyen dynasty Mandarin said that saints do not have to greet anyone, the joint system was removed. And from then on the statue sat still. This statue represents the folk art of making water puppets. In the pagoda there are also statues of Mr. Devin and Ms. Tang Thi Lone, Tu Dao Han's parents and his two close companions, Zen Master Ming Kong and Zen Master Jock Hai, in front of the statue of Tu Dao Han in the middle. There is a beautifully carved wooden altar. In the past, the ground was still low. People burning incense leaned on the altar, creating a very large hollow. In Thong Pagoda there are also 2 pillars made of precious wood. Ngak Am wood. And married girls look after Kak Ko Cave. Unmarried men miss the Thay Pagoda festival. Cross New Yet Tien Bridge connecting to the road up the mountain. On the mountain there is Khao Pagoda, originally Hien to Am, also known as Din Sun Tu, where Zen Master Tadao Han first came to practice. On the pagoda walls are also engraved poems by Nguyen Truc and Nguyen Thong Hien. Legend has it that Fat Tich Cave behind the pagoda is where Tu Dao Han left his body to reincarnate as King Lai Then Tong, so it is also called Then Hoa Cave. Above Khao Pagoda, on the top of the mountain, there is a space called the Flea Market with many rocks shaped like tables and chairs, display shelves, wine glasses, etc. In it there is a smooth stone called the fairy chessboard. Perhaps here in the past the ancestors still sat and played chess, drank wine, enjoyed the moon and recited poetry. Go back up to reach Thong Temple. Near Thong Temple, there is but Mott Cave with many rocks that have been eroded by time to look like Buddha statues. Next is Bo Cave with a gloomy entrance. A short distance away is the Jo Cave with the wind blowing at both ends. Below the Wind Cave there is a small path where Uncle Ho used to go down to defend and fight the enemy. At the foot of the western mountain there is also Boy Am Pagoda, also known as One Roof Pagoda. The pagoda is so named because the pagoda has only one tiled roof. The back of the pagoda leans against the cliff. Legend in the area of Boy Am Pagoda, within the scope of the ancient Dudong Jiang base, says, in the past, a group of soldiers of La Duong from La Ta Kong, one of the 12 warlords, was besieged in a mountain cave and killed, all starved to death. This proves that there was an attack by warlord Lu Duong. 2 warlord Duke and Thax. Thus, around Thay Mountain, in addition to Thay Pagoda, there is also a cluster of Buddhist architecture built in an inscription written on a cliff. Lord Trinken sketched the scene of Thay Pagoda like a pearl emerging among the rocks, radiating fresh spring throughout all 4 seasons. The above cave is just like a peaceful world. The walls are still imprinted with clouds. The dragon pond connects to the transcendental wharf and the bridge to the sun. And Moon Ferry has double halos. The image is like a screen. The river is like a silk strip. Invite each other to Sai Sun Mountain. Who made the stones wet on the slippery road? Ask questions but keep quiet. Is it true that Nan was accidentally with someone? Young water does not pamper life. How could blue eyes betray a common lover? When we love each other, we lead each other together. Regarding culture, Thay Pagoda has a 1,000-year cultural tradition. This is where Trang Bung Phunket Kone, Phan Hiach and Phan Hai Chu were born, illuminating the history of Vietnam. YouTube channel TKP Media Theme Beauty Inside Vietnam. Thank you all for watching this video. Hello, and see you again in the next video clips.